So I've been thinking a lot about the World Championship that's coming pretty soon. The stage one starts this month itself. So if you guys are also even thinking of competing, I have a few things that are actually really important. One of them particularly will actually pretty much help you in elevating your game to a certain level, and not enough people talk about it. It's something pretty simple, but I still think it's missing, so I'll sort of talk about it towards the end. First, I'll get the simpler things away, right? So the most important thing right now that you have access to in the game through various events and exchange shops are the resources, right? You can get tons of um, erasers and arts upgrade material, like the arts boost material. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah. So you have to sort of make good use of that, because we know the stages will all be Legends Battle Royale, right? So only specific characters, specific tags are known to be allowed in those. So if history is anything to go by, I'm pretty sure the format will be similar ish at the very least. So, for example, right now, let's say they choose Frieza Saga as the tag for the first battle royale, which makes sense. The newest ultras and alongside Krillin being Frieza Saga and whatnot. So maybe hold on to the Z power for, like, let's say Krillin in other than some other sparking units that you may be thinking to put it into, and similarly use the erasers to get equipment upgraded for those tags, right, and those characters that you own. um, Similarly for us arts boost, of course, what you want to be doing is basically spending the resources on the characters that you are taking part on in the Legends Battle Royale with. And one more thing, like, if you are not really care about the World Championship that much, if you don't plan on like playing seriously or anything, that's completely fine. It's actually probably more sane to play the game that way just for enjoyment. In that case, you can obviously, needless to say, do whatever you want. One more thing is that you really want to be, and this is the thing that I was talking about, a bit underrated. Not many people do it. I still think this is probably the best way in the game to upgrade your skills in general. And so, yeah, when everyone is like just spamming meta units and ultras, you should try to play the game with a little older units. Like this universe ref setup that I'm showing right here on my screen is actually pretty good in that sense, right? Like, for example, um, you're using the newest Ultra Goku, let's say, and you head into a game, you try to bait the opponent into making you vanish, and you just press the green card to get a free priority, right? Many people do that. There's nothing wrong with the play, it's just how the character works, but it's not necessarily like building your skills. Using older teams forces you to kind of play clean. Like, you can't rely on starting with Covenal and free priorities, stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying to use like super old units, but something like this setup right here, which has got a buff recently, but these units are still not like in top 10, top 15, anything, right? Okay, maybe Revival Goku is there, but yeah, Goku and Frieza and LF-17 aren't even in top 10, in my opinion. Yours might differ. and but they still have enough like tools to for you to survive in this meta. Like, okay, for example, I played like I don't know how many games I've played this PvP season. I'm still pretty low RP rank, like 63 or something. But I have lost just 3 games with my main team, which is of course this team right here. On the other hand, with this old universe rep setup, I've lost basically 50% of the matches. So yeah, but it builds better reaction speed. It will make you manage the taps better. You'll start understanding the opponents better. Sort of like a high altitude training. Like when you switch back to meta units, you will start playing better. That is for sure. Of course, it may take time, but you have still about a week till the stage one of the the Legends Battle Royale starts. I mean, the World Championship stage one starts. So it's not like there's no time to put in practice. Um, so yeah, basically this is helping in you getting better read of the game, understanding neutrals, and actually getting better instead of relying on the kits. So timing rising rushes, outplaying rush baits, like you'll not be able to get free priority with stuff like Ultra Frieza's active gauge or Goku's green card, stuff like that. So, and one more thing is like you don't need to go crazy on this. Honestly, just 3 games a day is fine. The idea is just to like get a better feel for the game, to see how like things work without the broken mechanics in play. And yeah, so that's the second point. The third point, and this is also extremely important because not many people take it seriously, although many do also. So yeah, many of you might actually be paying attention to this, but to those of you don't, it's really important that you do check the character kits. So now I obviously don't want you to just go and simply read each character's kits. First of all, you need to understand very well what all of your characters are doing, and then you need to understand what the characters you face are doing as well. That's just as much important, if not more. So, for example, if you don't own Frieza, the newest Ultra Full Power Frieza, like I don't, so you still want to know pretty thoroughly about what Frieza is doing in the kit, right? Like I've seen stuff happening like Frieza has this unique gauge in addition to the active gauge, of course, which upon getting filled completely gives you 10% heal. Now, if Frieza's HP is really low while you are attacking, it may happen, for example, that you think that their endurance has been popped, but what actually has happened is that you may not have noticed it, but the unique gauge has been filled up and the 10% 20% health is from that health restoration property of the unique gauge. That's not from the endurance popping. So little things like that, which of course you need to take care about, which just reading the characters kits um, gets you better at. And then if you can try to put those things in use, exploit them if you can. If you can't, it's still like very good to know that sort of what's coming and plan around it. So yeah, reading character kits is very important. For now, I think just anniversary units character kits are fine because yeah, I think pretty much the top 5 units are straight up from this anniversary. So of course we don't talk about Evoken because he's not really, well, he's usable, but he's, I don't know why you'll be putting him in your team. So, anyways, yeah, so just read the anniversary character kits, and then once something like the Legends Battle Royale for the World Championship actually comes up, you probably want to check the tags they're using, and then for the tag, check the couple of best characters that there are. For example, let's see, just as an example, because this is the best example in this particular case we can find, if they're putting out a GT Legends Battle Royale, just for an example. Of course, I don't think they are doing that. Then what you want to do is like just check once again, quickly cross check what Ultra Gogeta is doing, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I mean, and Shenron, Omega Shenron, LF Omega Shenron is doing, Sin Shenron, what he does, and what the LF Hellfire 17 does, stuff like that. You basically want to sort of check the top units and more if you have the time, but top units is more often than not fine because they are the ones who have strange and broken mechanics and weird kits and stuff like that. So, yeah, these are the three tips just to sum it all up. First is use your resources really well. You don't want to be spending stuff like LFZ power and equipments and arts boost material for characters that you really like for now. Like, just sort of put resources into the teams that you are actually going to be using to play in those stages, and then later on, of course, you can save those resources for the characters that you actually like. And second is to use slightly older units for practice. Nothing crazy, just 3 matches a day is more than fine. Even if you win one, you're still going to be learning like all from three of them. But okay, yeah, one more thing on the second point I'd like to add is if you're RP 6970 already, then maybe you don't want to be playing 3 games a day, because then if you, well, lose all of them, it's going to be pretty tough to get the RP points back. But of course, if you can handle it, then just go for it. And the third point, which I just covered, is of course just reading the kits. That is a very important fundamental thing that many people don't do. So yeah, that will be it. Just to show you an example, I'll be showing you a gameplay video of just one game using this particular team. Yeah, I hope you'll enjoy it. So Zypher here, signing off for now with the gameplay video.
おいフリーザあれあれあれあれあれいやあれいやあれ坂根行くぞよいしょ行くぞよいしょうわオラが相手一気に終わらせるブラックちょっと脅してやるかくらえ孫悟空さんフリーザやっオラが相手だ 許さん。変われ。さて、オラが相手だ。寝てみろ。孫悟空さん。敗北を味わうことになるでしょう。失礼しますよ。せろ。俺が蹴りを。孫悟空、ここは任せろ。行くぞ。これならどうだ。ガラクだ。行くぞ。もう出番です。オラが相手だ。よっ。来ませんよ。あら。任せろ。敗北を味わうことになるでしょう。さて、せろ。孫悟空、ここは任せる。邪魔だ。行くぞ。気をつけろ。生意気なやつだ。そこだ。せろ。あとは任せろ。ここだ。覚悟しな。ここだ。孫悟空。俺の方がパワーは上だったな。